do it.
Okay, so we just finished an hour ago with Marc, and now we're gonna try to do it in English. Hopefully, he remembers his English. How are you today, Marc?
I'm fine, and thank you for inviting me on your channel. This is a good situation for me to practice my English.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I don't know if let's talk about you. So you're a filmmaker, or you contribute?
Not really. I'm a technical guy from the show business. I was a technical director of a large company that was renting out audio, video, lighting, and trussing equipment.
Okay.
So I had the opportunity to cover all the technical aspects and human management for the setup and strike of these equipment for large outdoor events like Lollapalooza, Download Festival, and things like that.
And now you work on whatever you want.
And since it was my company, yes, I could do pretty much what I wanted, what I liked. And fortunately, I would say when we entered the crisis, I had this company sold to the new owner.
Okay.
And I was in a phase of, how do you say that? Go along with him in the new ownership to be sure that he gets the key of all the process, the database that as I was running with the people, the equipment, and the way we were going.
Okay, so basically now you are also self-employed, doing whatever you want with another company, correct?
Yes, but this is a very small company that I made, that I let my son make, and I would invoice through it in case I have some job to do, because the business is completely changed, and so there is
you are his mentor?
Opportunities to work.
Are you his mentor?
What do you mean?
Are you his guide in the company, kind of? Or he runs it as he wish?
We did run it as we wish, because I was one of the shareholders.
Okay.
And designer of equipment. And I was also the guy that designed and set up all the computer system that allows the company to work. So this was a big project, actually, make the company work with all the virtual information system.
Okay, okay, sounds good. So you're happy with what he produces, and you're just there to help him.
At the beginning of my life, 30 years ago, I was choosing the artist for which I would work, because we were too few on the market, and we could do this selection, which was insane.
Okay.
And today there is so many offer that the market is very selective on prices and skills.
Okay. So you decide, or he decides, what project to take or not to take.
But actually you make a quote, and if your price is decent, and if the people feel that you will be able to do it properly, they select your offer. And it's pretty much different that it was in the past, because the people came to you because they knew that you could do it. Okay. You had the skill and the equipment.
Okay. And is it true that a lot of production in France are financed by the government, or it's no longer true?
It's no longer true, except for the TV shows. Just because the TV shows are financing through small companies,
Okay.
The end, the funding has been made by the government.
Okay. But for
Okay,
private
but
production.
still, it is a peer-to-peer relation with small companies.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. So now, since he's a private and he doesn't do TV, he find his own producers, executive producers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, you currently live in Versailles. We discussed that in French. In French, yeah. And can you briefly touch on why you have chosen that city to live in?
Or it's gonna sound very strange to you Americans. I've chosen this town to live in because I had the opportunity to tour all around the world. And since I was born in Versailles, I made my living in Versailles because it's one of the nicest places on earth to be.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it's good choice. To your opinion, it's a good choice. Yeah. But you're not in Hollywood, so you won't get as many offers from Hollywood, right?
Definitely.
So maybe your son will take the move to Hollywood and get production done there. But that remains to be seen, right? After the pandemic, we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I spoke to producers, even in Hollywood, everybody was producing remotely. I mean, the cameraman is one place, and then the team is in another place, the actors are in another place. So during the pandemic, nobody was in the same place. Everybody was doing it for wherever they could. But now that we're going back to normal, people can regroup again and produce in a real place together. So
I don't know how they did that, because for all the projects I've been looking at, it's quite difficult, or you need so much of technology to make it happen that it's not feasible for small production.
To get together?
Not to be together. Because driving the image remotely with latency is very difficult. If you want to get high definition, all that it's costing a lot of bandpass, and you probably don't have it easily.
Okay, so so you think it's more economical to get the team together in one place?
I think we work more efficiently anyway. Being together is being efficient.
Okay.
Together means efficient.
Okay, great. So what are you producing, let's say, in 2020, end of 2021? Do you have a specific project on your plate?
If you're talking about images, with the company of my son, Modiro, he was working on natural images that he did in Iceland. And he came back from this trip with beautiful images and testimonies of people that are living in the far north cold, and the way they are talking from each other. Their society of humans is so far away from the way we are living the society of humans in large cities, even if it's very nice cities like Versailles or San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's really making a beautiful story, just as it is told directly from them. Just listening to them is just great.
So what's the name of the footage or the documentary?
All this has to be rewritten. Today, it's a small part of 15 minutes. It has to come to something like the normal standard length of 25, at least, or 55. And he has to redo everything. The name has to be done also.
Oh, you didn't decide yet. Okay, so do you have big projects for 2022?
Yes, but all of them are meaning gathering people, and still the people are not very confident on their ability to be able to move easily and to be able to gather and produce. But things are going on, and I would say that young people that are not afraid from having the sanitary pass or getting vaccinated, they will be able to move and they will be able to do. And this is a kind of compromise that I will not do for myself, for instance.
Okay. So yeah,
but
you
since I'm
explained.
old, you know, I'm old. I'm an old man of 62, so I have no problem with that.
Okay.
And the life is not belonging to me, but to young people anyway.
Okay, it's for the young people to decide then.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, on your and from Versailles itself, you can produce something to your taste with your own camera if you want to.
Yeah, but the people here are whether they are living the crisis as something very light and they don't understand if there is a problem, or on the other hand, we have something like 5% of the population that is feeling that there is a big problem and we should get the concern out of it. So the show business is getting down because of that. The show has been confiscated by the crisis, actually. The show's been canceled and every show is canceled. And now going back to a show and trying to look at the marvel of a show, being in the story is something very strange because we've not been doing that since 2 years now, maybe.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I have done the best I could with Zoom, right? But now I'm trying to get back to normal with taping outdoors and all that. So it's little by little, we can see a few events coming out. But it's like tiptoe, like little steps. We'll see how it turns out in a couple months with the new easing of the restrictions. But San Francisco is way ahead of everybody. I think they have like 75% vaccinated. So, and now we don't even have to wear a mask indoors, so that we're making new rules for everybody. So anyway, I just wanted people to know who you are, if they wanted to know it in English. And if you want to add anything about your experience in America, as opposed to your experience in France, you can let us know in a few words now. But if you think it has been the same experience as a producer, but I'm sure there was some.
No, I had a very good experience with the American people, and I had the opportunity to do the distribution in France for Mera Sound speakers, which is a very well-known brand of speakers manufacturer here in Berkeley. I would say here in your place, in Berkeley.
Yeah.
It's one of the very rare company still manufacturing the speakers in the United States.
Okay.
Which is kind of an exception today. And they achieve a level of technology that is really incredible, with which you can do beautiful results.
Oh, okay.
And now that I would say sounding is coming to immersive technology, for me, I have been, I would say, frustrated all this time by the stereo image that we would be just allowed to set up for a show, which is a large PA, left wing, right wing. Now we're coming to shows, to designing shows with many speakers everywhere, and we can create a sound that's really all around the audience and giving the audience an immersive experience that has not been equaled, never, in the past. But there is a but. It takes a lot of energy, time, and people to set up the equipment. Since if you're touring, for instance, then it makes things very complicated. If you're doing a show like a Broadway show, so the setup is done once for a 3-year row of shows, it's okay.
Yeah, or for a run, yeah. So you plan on coming back one day to the US just to see what's going on?
Yes, I love this country anyway, and I'm fluent with the reaction of the people, and I like to share with them, go out, discuss, and I know the people, the technology, all that is very fluent to me, and I like it. I like the US. So I'm kind of a native of the US since my father flew on a Thunderbolt P-47 to in the Air Army to recover the French territory during World War II. And we had the Plan Marshall Plan that gave us something like, at this time, $45 million to rebuild the territory.
Yeah, that's nice.
So technology, US technology, and all this is part of my young childness, and I have learned to speak English just because we could not imagine to make a living without speaking English.
Wow. So that's good that you had some background there. So we look forward to have you back, visit, and things have probably changed over the 30 years you were away, but I'm sure you'll find some new friends that you can reconnect with, especially with LinkedIn. Have you tried to reconnect with some people? So
I'm still linked to these people, and this network is one of the most interesting, I would say, because it's very corporate. Still, it has been changing those 3 last months a lot because of the crisis we're going through. So the way things are going on is that we see that this network that is normally the network where you're posting what you're doing, okay? So you can be hired in a new position.
Right.
This network is also a political network at the end, which means a network where you can share opinions. And this is what is important. So free speech is the key of normal life.
Okay, you're in the right place. You're in the right place because this is a free speech channel. And it was a pleasure to talk to you. And I look forward to send it to you and share it with other people on LinkedIn. So thank you for your participation on French American TV. And I look forward to keep in touch and send you maybe the recording. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, and have a good time in San Francisco. I love this town.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Have a great day.